Alabama gets ready for their second scrimmage. Maybe by the time you're watching it, it's in the books, but we're going to give you a preview of that. We're going to talk about quarterback battles, maybe not for the starting job, but for the backup job. And I want to emphasize, I think this is a really, really excellent room. We're going to get into that. And more on A.K. Deer, the Quitman, Mississippi 4-star prospect running back, announcing August 20th, which way is he going? We're going to talk about all that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Let's get this thing started, everybody, and roll Tide. There he is, big sexy Elmo. I'm Mick Gillespie, and this is the right take this time, but I apologize right out of the chute. You guys got the behind-the-scenes look at us yesterday. If you were one of the 300 people that were up early watching the video, oops. Sorry about that.
Oops.
That was a weird call to get, 7 a.m. Hey, you forgot to edit. I did edit. I just must not have taken. Who would have known you were going to bust in, though? I didn't know you were jumping on yesterday.
It was totally my fault, actually.
No, it was not.
For absolutely ruining everything. And then I had to call Mick at 7 yesterday morning and say, "Hey, pal, you up? Are you sweeping?" And he was like,
"You did say that.
What is it?" And I was like, "We've made a grave mistake."
When that happens, the first thing you're thinking is, okay, what did I say?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
okay, I apologize. Yeah, right.
But anyway,
you guys wouldn't expect any less or more from us, right? I don't know. I do apologize. I'm just being serious. So sorry about the language. That's not what we want to put out on this particular show. Maybe in other shows, but not this show. But that's really kind of how we conversate, guys. I mean, you can tell we're really friends. Not just
and Mick and I are going to church Sunday together, and everything will be cool.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Alabama's second scrimmage that is coming up today. I'm excited about this. These are opportunities for positions to be won or lost. We talked about the right tackle spot, that being one that could be up in the air right now. Although I think you have a rotation of guys. A lot of teams do that as well, to keep your line fresh. But it's a great opportunity for guys like Ryan Williams, who is really, from what I'm hearing, turning a lot of heads in practice. You're hearing the same type of thing. I remember when Tua was there, and they were like, "Man, this guy's really good," which we're not surprised about that. But what are you looking for with this second scrimmage?
There's some things, and there's some great articles that came out yesterday about it, and I was reading about it. And you talk about the tackle battle. There seems to be a battle for that, as Proctor is pretty much going to be on the left side of things,
right?
But on the right side of things, it seems like that's kind of up in the air. You got Formby over there. You have Pritchett. They're battling for the job, and the coaches and everything that they say, this could be a battle that lasts into the season.
Right.
You may see these two guys coming in and out, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the most part, these are two guys that can do the job, and heck, you at least you'll stay fresh on that side.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens there. I mean, is someone going to elevate themselves? And that's what you're getting into as we are just 2 weeks from the season, a week from Saturday? I don't even.
It's 2 weeks from It's 2 weeks from this Saturday. Right?
2 weeks from this Saturday, yeah, because the high school starts the week before, and I've got all this football on my mind. But you look at that, battle there. and probably just have to clean up some things. The offense, Coach Sheridan, his major concern coming out of the first scrimmage was eliminating the negative plays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he talked about that. But that's coach speak. And of course you want to clean all that up and we'll see how they do. And then of course on the defensive side of the football, it's just, according to Coach Womack, he wants them to start faster, and kind of, establish themselves. And that's something that you're probably going to be, looking at is those three things. And who's going to be the guy that we talk about the next day and say, hey, this guy has elevated his game.
Yeah, LT Overton was the guy, the first scrimmage. 3 sacks,
right,
just a disruptive force in the backfield. People talked about the catch that Ryan Williams made. Odom had the one-handed grab. He's a big guy. We're expecting to, kind of give Bama some elevation at that wide receiver spot. So, yeah, it's exciting to kind of see what this particular scrimmage is going to look like. The other thing is you want the same thing you got last game, scrimmage, is that you want everybody to come out of it healthy. That's really important.
Yeah. That's the key thing is keeping everybody healthy. We talked the other day about what happened in Texas. Their 2 running backs are out for the season.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You do not want that, and you're gonna get your bumps and your bruises in. I mean, we're right in the middle of this thing right now. But I was talking about the defense. The defense's problem is probably our offense is so good.
They're going to be out there a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Yep.
I mean, I know the defensive coordinator in Womack, he wants his defense to start faster and, kind of control the game, which of course on defense you want to do, but it is the problem. Your offense is just so explosive that it's hard to defend.
Right.
You're not going to see, I don't think, this type of offense, at least extremely early in the season. But it's great to practice against them because I do think, in talking to folks, I say the offense is not going to be the problem. I don't think we're going to have a problem moving the football. I'm more concerned about the defensive side of the football and how some of these younger players can grow up fast.
Well, I agree with you, and kind of just switching gears here. Let's talk position battle, quarterback. Is that spelled wrong? Position?
No.
Is that right? Now I'm paranoid about everything. Okay. But position battle, quarterback, Jalen Milroe's the starter, right?
Is he?
Yeah, he is going to be the starter.
I think he's cemented himself as the starter.
Yeah, but the backup job is Ty Simpson. And, Ty, people talking about, hey, I wanted to stay at Alabama, coach's son. He could have gone somewhere else in the transfer portal, but hey, I'll wait my turn, which probably is going to come next, but he's clearly the backup. And then the third quarterback and the fourth quarterback are really good too. I don't know how you could keep a room with all of these really good quarterbacks, but Dylan Laudergan, as I've been told by Jay Coker, can really spin it, meaning he can really throw the football. And then Austin Mack is a great quarterback too, and he's been pretty good so far in practice. So 4 quarterbacks in that spot, and I wonder if you had to put them, backup wise, 2, 3, 4, how would you have it?
Well, Ty Simpson's obviously the 2. And, hopefully you don't get to a point to where you need your 3 and 4. But let's just remember, and we talk about the injury situation, Milroe is 1 play away from being out.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have the confidence? The question is, do you have the confidence in Ty Simpson to come in and run this offense? And I think the answer is overwhelmingly yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this guy can step in and fill the role if needed. It's Milroe's job, but you never know in this game how the injury bug is going to hit. And I hope that we are in situations where we see a lot of Ty Simpson in cleanup because he needs to get that real game experience.
I wonder if DeBoer in those type of games is going to be quicker to bring the backups in, because I felt like Saban would leave guys out there a little bit too long sometimes, where you could be developing depth but he also is the greatest ever. And maybe that's why he never really had, losses to teams you should beat and stuff like that, because you never really gave him a chance to get back in. But, I felt like in a way that we could have probably taken advantage of opportunities to get guys in sooner. So we'll see. That's a good point. And then who comes in? We'll see that too. They don't want to talk about depth chart. I mean, DeBoer is the same way Saban is. He's just not going to scream at you from the podium. They're just not going to want to talk about that.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it. And but you're right. I mean, you're going to see, and this year you're going to hear it more than probably in the future. But you're going to have those comparisons.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Saban was the greatest to ever do it. And people will make comparisons, and they will say, well, if Coach Saban was coaching, he would have done this or he would have done that. We have to remember that this is not Coach Saban's team anymore.
No.
It's Coach DeBoer's team. And but Mick, I have to admit, I'm really going to miss Saban on the sidelines.
You've said that over and over again. I know. I mean, everybody is.
I mean, I was watching one of those Tom Rinaldi things the other night on Facebook, when he announced his retirement and that piece that he did. And I was like, man, because you see so many games, that I was at, and all those memories come back, and you think, man, God, what a ride this was. And I just hope it continues, and I think it will. I think DeBoer's a good coach, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he handles things in different situations.
Right. Well, for Saban, it was tough on him. I'm hearing a lot of people that have spoke to him off the record, that dealing with the parents and the demands that some of the players had really factored into him kind of knowing that it was time to go. You got players coming in and going, hey, if I don't play this much in this bowl game, I'm transferring. Guys want, you got my girlfriend through law school and want money and this and that, instead of being focused on the process. He left because of that. And also the ability to coach the coaches, but at the same time, we're all going to miss him, man. I mean, we all love Nick Saban. I mean, what else could you say?
Yeah, we all do, and we talked about it when he retired. We thought it was the NIL deal that probably just he, without NIL and the way it's structured right now, Nick Saban would still be the head coach at Alabama.
I agree. There he is, by the way. That's Nick Saban.
Oh, there he is.
He's on that calendar, and that you can get it autographed too. At New Life Art, but that special for us is over, so you can still get the calendar. But just throwing him up there, I mean, look at him. He's just, he's amazing.
I mean, with his hands up like that, that was when he saw me coming through the tunnel. He was like, Brett, Big Elmo, come on over. Let's talk football, man. Like,
all right, hey, let's go. Roll Tide, Brett.
Roll Tide, Brett.
A.K. Deer, Quitman, Mississippi, 4-star running back, makes his announcement August 20th. Bama Online, our friends over at On3, are predicting 87% chance he goes to Bama. He still has Ole Miss in the mix, Mississippi State, right? But he was an Ole Miss commit, backed out of that. He's the number 31 player, according to On3, and the second running back in this class. He's a scoring machine. And remember, I mean, this is a guy that's been coached by Robert Gillespie, and scored like 22 of 27 touchdowns for his team. He's like a one-man machine.
He's a one-man machine. And So we're like at an 87% chance. And then you've got Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss over there playing Dumb and Dumber saying, so you're saying there's still a chance?
Mm-hmm. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You never know, but I think he's coming to Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the deer watch is on.
Yeah, right. Spotlight on deer. Remember?
We're gonna spotlight that deer and we're gonna bring him on to Tuscaloosa.
All right.
If we have to, we'll send Roll Tide Willie over there to recruit him.
We got Roll Tide Willie. Hey, Brett, you like this one right here. 2nd and 26. Now until Sunday, 25% off includes framing. And you got to get the Collegiate Classic edition. That's the 8x10 print. But with the framing, all the options on there, 25% off your entire order at newlifeart.com when you use the promo code Bama Tailgate. The other thing is Pearl River Resort coming really next week. I'm going to be there with Steve Azar. You're a music fan. You know about, he's got some hit songs. You remember him from his days with songs on the radio. He's got Bloody Mary now. So I'm going to be there with when he announces his Bloody Mary mix. Who else would you want to have for something like that?
I was about to say, are you going to be super critical of this? Or are you going to give it a real test of it? Or are you going to give me the, hey, this is great? Yeah,
mixed beer review. Like what I did during COVID.
Right, exactly.
Bloody Mary review. I do like a Bloody Mary. But we'll be there. Table games and slots. You know the whole deal.
After the next round party, did you have a Bloody Mary morning, as Willie Nelson would say?
I love Willie Nelson. No, I haven't had one today, but I've got to work tonight. Even to do this and some other stuff. So it's going to be a long work day.
I mean, you've got 11 jobs. I mean, every day I'm going to start. I'm going to start adding to it. I'm going to be like, Mick's got 12 jobs. Tomorrow on the show.
Man.
He's always busy, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, check us out at covercrimson.com. And then, and thank you to everyone at Pearl River Resort. Brett takes over after this.
Resort. They call him Big Sexy. Coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy. Throwing out those Alabama thoughts. Sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. It gives you the XP, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
Yes, indeed. It is the 17th day of August, 2024.
Rolling through.
We're rolling through, baby. We're rolling through. Celebrity birthdays today. Robert De Niro is 81.
Yeah. Saw him recently. Kind of looked like a lunatic, but he's a great actor.
What a tremendous actor. He's
his passion for politics is his passion for acting,
he great actor. Did you like him in The Fockers? Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, I did. I like him in pretty much everything he does.
I mean, he's hilarious to me, and he plays a serious role, but he can play a funny role too, just as well. Let's see. Singer Kevin Rowland. You may not know him, Mick, but you do know him because he is with Dexy's Midnight Runners. He's 71 today. Remember Dexy's Midnight Runners?
What you're going to tell me what they sang?
Come on, Eileen.
Oh, yeah. That's a great song. That is a great song. Yep.
Belinda Carlisle of the Go-Go's is 66.
I like the Go-Go's. They'll catch you. They'll play some Go-Go's, and you'll be like.
Actor Sean Penn is 64.
He was one of the greats, man, and he lived that rock star life. Not only was he a great actor, but I mean, like, he did it all. Like, I don't know if he did it all like Charlie Sheen, but he did a lot of it all.
One of your favorites, you were talking about him the other day, I think. Actor, singer Donnie Wahlberg of New Kids on the Block is 55.
Yeah, I do. Well, I like his show where they're making hamburgers and stuff, and his wife is beautiful. She's always been, to me, one of the best looking, model type women that's been out there. I mean, I always just thought Jenny McCarthy, she seemed like she had a good personality. She's fun.
Wait a minute. Is he married to Jenny McCarthy?
Yeah, isn't he? Donnie, right?
I don't know.
He is. And they're on a show together. I think they're still married. I mean,
God,
yeah.
Babe, yeah. Jenny McCarthy.
When those like boy bands come out, and then like your friends that are girls growing up, they're fans of the band, and then they want to like identify you as someone from the band. You remind me of so and so.
Yeah.
I had a buddy that had the same face as Donnie Wahlberg.
Really?
And they'd be like, yeah, you look like Donnie.
Yeah. I never got accused of looking like one of the New Kids on the Block. Anyway, Austin Butler is 33 today. Austin Butler is an incredible young actor. He played Elvis in the new movie.
Oh, yeah. Did you see where he had to he was still doing the Elvis voice from the movie, and then eventually he had to get himself out of being the Elvis because he had got in the role so much? I loved the movie. I thought it was great.
I thought it was great. It was a little long, but it was really good. And yesterday was the anniversary of Elvis's death.
Yeah, I think that they didn't portray Elvis right, though. I mean, he had a crazy side to him. I mean, he would shoot stuff, and and then he would kind of get on these drug binges and all that. They, they kind of made Elvis a little bit, I bet he was happy-go-lucky and a little naive and all that. But at the same time, I mean, he had that mafia, the Memphis Mafia, and those guys got into some stuff. And, I don't know. But it's a movie. It was really about Colonel Parker anyway.
Mick, don't speak ill of Elvis. not in my presence, please. Elvis is still alive.
Yeah, he is. He's a preacher in Arkansas. I know.
He's a preacher in Arkansas. And if he really was alive, he'd be in them Gaither vocal band videos with the Gaithers. But yeah, yesterday was the death of the anniversary of the death of Elvis, and I didn't really, I don't know. God, the older I get, I'm like, Elvis was 42 when he died,
and that's crazy.
41, and I'm like, God. It's like,
yeah, you're looking for the Grim Reaper around every corner.
Yeah, really. I'm like,
well, I'm not laughing too hard. He's right there.
Yeah. If you're looking for something to celebrate today is Baby Boomers Recognition Day. That would be my mother falls in that category. She was one of the boomers.
Okay.
Black Cat Appreciation Day.
Used to have one. His name was Satin the Black Cat, but people called Satin Satan for some reason.
I was about to say that sounds like Satan.
That cat lived forever too. I mean, that thing just was indestructible.
Wow. Today's Cupcake Day.
Man, nothing better. When we had Ryan Anderson on the Cover Crimson show, it was his birthday, his 30th birthday, by the way, Brett. And we surprised him with cupcakes. They were delicious.
Oh, that's great. I love my feet day. hey, Mick, do you know that there's some people that sell pictures of their feet and they get paid for it?
Yeah, you can find anything on the interwebs. Is that like fans only, like a fans only foot page?
Like an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people said I should probably start one, but I was like, probably could. But There's a lot of weirdos out there.
niche?
I might be able to make some money.
It's your niche.
Yeah.
He's finding his niche.
Yeah.
There's some people call it niche.
Yeah. Finding my niche here, and
niche.
I told this girl, I don't know. I don't even know if she tells that. This girl, she was telling me a couple weeks ago.
We're gonna get more complaints, aren't we?
And she said, "Brett, I need ideas of paying for my school,
boy,
or college." And I said, "Sell pictures of your feet." And she,
what if she didn't have good ones though? It's a fetish. I've heard about this.
And she laughed, and then I was like, I'm serious. You could probably make some money on like OnlyFans or something.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm looking for fundraiser ideas. Can you help me? And I'm like, oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let's.
Sorry, I'm trying to pimp you out here.
Sell
but if
oranges.
you're with the college, I mean,
Let's sell oranges. Sell oranges.
Boxes of oranges and apples.
Oh, I meant oranges, not feet.
Yeah. Did I say that out loud? I mean,
sorry.
And also today is National Thrift Shop Day.
Yeah, man. I got a friend that on Facebook, she wears like stuff from the thrift shop and posts pictures. Looks pretty good doing it. I think that you can find some great stuff there. But the secret is go to the thrift shop in the really high-end neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to find your finds.
Yeah. You got to go to like the high-end thrift stores.
Yeah, right. Mansions and stuff around there.
Yeah. This day in history, 1858, the first bank in Hawaii opens.
I used to live in Hawaii, Honolulu. Great. It was great. Hang loose. They hate that. They hate the hang loose. It was fun. Yeah, I surfed and everything. It was great.
Was that back in your wild days?
No, I was actually less wild then than I am now.
Oh, okay. Well,
just kidding. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Brett, you work hard and you play hard. I mean, I think that's what I kind of.
Yeah, I think everybody got that yesterday during the show.
I know. Well, that's why I'm joking about it, right?
2 minutes.
One time I go out and then I screw up and everybody's like, "What is this?" I'm horrified. These guys, I'm deep. I'm out of here. Never again.
I'm unsubscribing to the channel. You guys made a terrible mistake. I was like, God, come on.
I'm afraid to read those comments.
One of my favorite songs, 1985 hits #1 on the charts. Highwayman by the Highwaymen. Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson.
When I was in Hawaii, if you know this, I saw the Highwaymen. One of the last concerts they ever did. And it was
that is so cool.
Sat front row, upper deck by myself. It was great.
Is that that concert was filmed, wasn't it?
It might have been. If it is, send it to me because I'd love to see it again.
I think I saw it one night on APT live from Hawaii, the Highwaymen.
Yeah, it was great. And it was just one of those spur of the moment things too. Like there wasn't a big Highwaymen demand in Hawaii back then. People were doing stuff outside, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can go see the Highwaymen." And that was the first time I ever saw Willie Nelson, who's become one of my all-time favorites, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And Johnny Cash and Chris Christopherson and Waylon Jennings. See legends, man.
And finally, this day, 1998, my boy President Clinton got into a little bit of trouble, and he dabbled in semantics during a grand jury hearing to clarify his relationship with Monica Lewinsky, saying, "It depends on what the meaning of is."
Yeah, it was you know what? I mean, I throw out everybody on all sides, right? I mean, first off, you can't lie when you're the president, when everybody knows. But then it's like the other thing is like, what are you going after people for these days? And now look at it. It's out of hand now, use the government to go after your opponents. But He was lucky he didn't get kicked out of office. He got impeached, but like at Alabama, one voted for one article and one voted for the other, but they never really intended to kick him out. They just wanted to like punish him. Then we found out about Monica's dress and his cigars. And that's the stuff you don't want to find out about with your president. So anyway, well, Brett,
but guess what? That's not the first time that's happened in the White House.
Oh, I'm sure. I know. I mean, everybody knows that, but it was the first time anybody ever got like called out for it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great day. And we'll let you know how the scrimmage goes and Roll Tide.